Uh, all right, guys, welcome back to another video here. Today, I'll be talking about the pound. The pound has been on a decline since January, literally since the start of this year. We've seen a huge, especially with this month. There was new tax laws came out, change of prime minister, the Queen dying. There's a lot of fundamental that has affected the market. So if we're looking at monetary time frame, you can see that the market has touched this down bearish trend line here, which first one was in 2009. Second one was in 2016 here, as you can see, and obviously the current one is this month. So this is according to the news, is a 37-year low for the pound, and I think it's literally the same value as the dollar, as we can see. Now going on a weekly time frame, it's quite the same thing. So the same scenario. We had a what we call a break of structure. Price tested the we had like a high lows, high lows, lower lows, and obviously price confirmed by touching this break of structure level here and forming a continuation downwards, as we can see. So we're now currently in a bearish market for pound, as you can see. Obviously price has touched our trend line, which pushed up a little bit, but I believe it will still close or will still come down and close all these wicks as we have here. Now going on a daily time frame, all what we're seeing is the market is still in a bearish, um, you know. So obviously we can see the market has a huge drop. So everything's just quite bearish right now. Fundamental and technical analysis both suggest a bearish for the market. Now, if we go on a 4-hour time frame, we can see some intraday analysis that I made here. As you can see, that it's like a little trend line going on here. So price came and touched the highs of this trend line, went down, grabbed some liquidity here, went and touched the second line, forming another touch on the trend line. So as we can see on the 4-hour, I marked this out, and I believe this is how the market is going to play out in the next coming maybe day to two. So we could see this trade set up, forming, and maybe by tomorrow or by Thursday, as we can see, because we have a test on second line. Second, um, as I was saying, so we have like a little resistance here, which price formed on the 1 hour, which is where the trend line starts the decline in the first touch here, second touch, so we had a lot of touches around this area, suggesting that the bears and the bullish were fighting for liquidity spot. But however, obviously due to the amount of pressure on the news, and obviously a lot of fundamental wise things were happening, the market went in the bears favor, causing a huge drop, as you can see. So I'll be looking anywhere around this region for some buyers liquidity in terms of a change in direction from this area, as you can see here, so that we can maybe get a retest, and I will look to enter on the retest between this region here that we have, as this is where we have the imbalance in terms of where we have our neckline, or what we call a retest from this double top here before the continuation downward. So I will be looking for what we call a retest coming up after this candle, or the next candle has closed, because we still have some room here to the lows of this, of this what we call price action here. So I am expecting price to come and touch at least the bottom of this low, and then we can see maybe like a bullish hammer, or a weak bearish candle, suggesting that buyers are going to take control to this confirm this multiple confluence that we have here in terms of neckline, the imbalance, and obviously continuation to the downside from here, as we have already identified on the monthly, weekly, and daily time frame. So that is my analysis on pound USD so far. Looking at the news, it's nothing much this week, I believe. So yeah, I think yeah. So today we had the Fed speaking. We had some consumer confidence, which is good for the US dollar. And tomorrow there's not much any high impact news coming out. I think the rest of the week is Canadian dollar, New Zealand, and obviously we have the PCE price index coming out on Friday. So got about 2 3 days to the end. So there's no high impact news in the next day or two concerning the pound or the what we call or the US dollar. Now going on to the fundamental side of in terms of order flow from the non-commercial state of point, we can see that there is a close of what we call 13k shorts and 16 160 longs open or positions open from the non-commercial standpoint. This is for the pound, so we can that means that the pound is starting to gain some strength. However, this is probably going to take a while before all the short positions are closed. Now, looking at the US dollar, the index, we can see that it's quite reversed, which does mean that the pound will be gaining strength in the next, let's say, in the next week or so, or the next coming days, as we and last week of September. So we can see a shift from the market in terms of position wise, where shorts has been added, 4,000 shorts has been added, and 3k longs positions have been closed for the US dollar. So we might see a retracement in the market, but in the long run, the US dollar is still strong overall. So we should still expect what we call a a continuation to the downside, as we can see that there's not much what we call much bullish positions being placed by these institutional traders who are into obviously to earn some capital or what I'm saying. So what are we expecting? As I said, this analysis all stands based on fundamentals and technical analysis so far. With everything that's happening in the UK, a lot of you know what I'm saying, a lot of news coming out, a lot of things happening. Obviously, news, tax laws causing the market to react bearishly. So yeah, that is my analysis and breakdown for the US dollar against the pound. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Drop all your suggestions, any other currencies and that you want me to check out. All right. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to your peoples, anyone around you. I'm saying it's all about financial education, educating yourself through forex and all of that stuff. And